Good morning, traders. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 191. You know what we're going to be doing today, just having an update on what happened on Monday and of course how we can go forward and of course flow with the market on Tuesday, because again, as I keep telling you, every single week the market opens on Monday and something completely different happens from what we forecasted on Sunday or on Saturday. So of course, the biggest skill a trader can have is to actually flow with the market and being able to read structure and listen to what the market actually tells us, right? So again, this video is pretty raw. I'm just gonna jump into it, cover all the pairs, try to keep it short and simple, not to take too much of your time, because again, the market is already running and we gotta be taking trades. So without further ado, let's roll the intro and get into it. Alright, as always, we're gonna get started with a Dixie. Let's have a look at the forecast and what actually happened. So again, as you can see, what I was expecting is for the market to actually come up and take all of these highs right there as liquidity. But nope, the market opened on Sunday right here. We had a little push down, we created a little pullback, and then we just broke to the downside. Well, I mean, that is perfect. Okay, that is perfect. We're having this. The only kind of thing that I'm currently struggling with is, of course, if this is right there a trend change down. Okay, and of course this depends on your rules, right? Is this for you a valid high or low? To me, it's not really valid. I would love to see some more things right there, but again, you can of course count it as a higher low that was broken, and then of course your major structure on the voyage becomes this one respectively. In terms of the daily, I think currently the daily bias is holding, as we're going to be seeing on EU. We had a lower high, lower low. The market pulls back into daily supply and it's currently rejecting from it. If you can see yesterday's candle, it was heavily bearish. Very nice. Today's candle kind of looks like it wants to create a little pullback. Maybe like if you just take like overall like this 50%. So if I just take the normal FIP, yeah, not this one, PG. Yeah, so there's roughly around 50%. Like since yesterday's range, we might get to 50% today, and then tomorrow we might start rolling down. Of course, in terms of news, we have news on Thursday and Friday, so maybe the market is going to be waiting for this. And again, I also do not exclude the possibility of us actually coming in again to the highs right there. But again, as I keep saying, currently the flow of the Dixie is bearish. We have pushed down, we're currently pulling back. So again, if I say, okay, bearish Dixie, then that means we are going to have a bullish bullish euro, bullish Aussie. We're going to say about that. Today the market opened, it kind of went really bearish, then we aligned bullish on the 50-minute. Around there we have this very nice push, very momentous open today, by the way. There are no news, but the market just expanded, right? So there's our demand. The market pushed, we can be looking for a pullback and then potentially for a continuation higher. So let's see bearish Dixie. Let's keep it, I'm gonna try to keep it very short and very simple. So Euro USD, finally glad to see this play out, because again, I don't recall if I told you in our last weekly outlook, right? But that was our supply and the market kept coming in, came in, sells, came in, sells, came in, sells right there, came in again, sells, came in again, sells again, boom, boom, right? So the more times it comes into the supply area and the more times it sells off, well, all the sell orders are being taken, okay? And on numerous occasions, it failed to actually cause a new low. So I pretty much knew that this high is gonna get taken, right? And you can see how it got taken is with massive speed, because it actually here we were having buys cooking, right? You can see it's actually an ascending trend line right there, right? So I did a little mistake to actually take a short right there, but I was given the setup, so I took it. So I have one stop loss for this week so far. But yeah, we had a very nice push. So technically right now we're having a 4-hourly trend change right there, 100%. And as I always say, you can draw supply levels on the left. Like this is a very strong supply that hasn't been retested. And as you can see, the market taps in and gives us a bearish push right now. But as I said with the Dixie, right, EU is perfectly bullish on the daily. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, but potential higher low right there. We could be looking for the market to take out the high. So let's see. But again, right now, I do think today we might have that little bit of a pullback before actually launching to the upside, because of course there is supply within this area that is going to give us a reaction, right? But again, don't short from here targeting the low. This is just a reaction point, according to me, in order to react and then eventually break. Again, guys, as I always keep saying, the market can just drop. Sure. Okay, but currently I am bullish, so of course long term I'm going to be looking for longs. And yeah, so yesterday the short I took was from here. It gave a setup, so I had to take it. There's the short, stop loss, and then the market just kept rolling up. It did not provide a long trade. There was a long trade right there that some of my community members took, but for me, I don't trade after 5. And the trade happened around right here, 5:30. So again, that was just not in my trading plan. This morning, I was looking to short, but I hesitated on taking a short. We had a 25-minute zone right there. I had 2 members of my community take the short, but it was an overall break-even trade. So as you can see, we broke Asia low. We came back to the supply, and actually the 1 minute provided. But you can see like it came in, retested, then it came back. So this is where we reached like around 3 to 2 hour, and then it just came up to stop us out of break even. So if you don't have break even management in your plan, then of course that right there would have been a win. So go explore this trade, massive trade. I personally did not take it because nowadays I don't like trading before London open, because you can see this one just happened pre-London, and then just 9 o'clock, just boom. Massive momentum. And this one right there could easily have been a stop loss as well. So I was actually looking for this high to be taken, because again, on numerous occasions, like this high failed to cause the low. So as I saw it return back, I thought it's going to get taken right there and then to take a trade, but it did not. So again, it's not a mistrade. It just didn't offer a setup. Right now, it just keeps rolling down. It's just about to make a new 50-minute structure break. So of course, right now, what you can do is you can just keep following the 50-minute bearish until you're wrong. Okay, because again, keep in mind, we had this massive push. So if you take like this from this, the push started from here, it ended all the way there. So you can be taking shorts until we kind of start dipping below the 50%. Because if the 4-hourly time frame is bullish, as we dip below 50%, then we can start expecting the market to go on and take out this daily high right there. So let's see. I am currently short biased for the session. If we manage to take some shorts, that would be great. I mean, right now supply is forming. So if you break below nicely and then pull back, then that could be definitely a nice short. But I really wish I took a short right there, because that was a great trade right there. So hopefully some of you did with the set and forget approach. Definitely works out great. You just set your order, stop loss above, boom, there's your trade. So that's EU. And how I look at it currently, long term, I do think we could be heading to the upside towards this daily high. But as I keep saying, anything could happen. EJ, it looked bearish, but guess what? Right? The market opened. Where is it? Sunday gave a little reaction, and then it just blasted the roof. Right? Do we get any shorts? Maybe. Maybe you take a stop loss, maybe not. I'm really not sure. But again, at the end of the day, Monday opened and shifted everything. Okay, this is why I always say, flowing with the market like this. Follow the break of structure. What caused the break? It's this right there. And so we went on and took massive liquidity. So guys, remember, this low formed on September 2022, and this higher low, and this has been higher low since then. The market pushed, pulled away, came in almost breaking it. Then it took the market such a long time to actually attack the week high. So we took this high of October 2022 just right now, yesterday, like around the evening. So what I could expect right now is lots of bearishness. Because again, as we take out such a massive high, well, usually it starts pushing really low. But of course, let's see. I'm going to keep following the 4-hourly time frame as long as I'm wrong. There is the last 4-hourly demand zone. The market is coming in with big steam after taking out the high. And yeah, probably the 50-minute. Yeah, you can see the 50-minute kind of chopped around, came in, took it out, and then it just came in, took out the Asian high, and then just boom, is massively plummeting to the downside right now. So similar to EU, it is just about to make a new 50-minute structure break with a new 50-minute supply zone. So if you get this break, wait for a pullback, and then of course you can take it towards that 4-hourly demand zone. But again, keep in mind, if we actually ignore that we're here, well, the market is bullish. So again, the bias is bullish. If the market pulls back right now and then starts to align bullish on the 50-minute, I will be curious to see if we can take some longs. So that's EJ, currently short bias for the session. And then of course, looking forward to see if we're going to start having some bullish alignment right there and maybe taking a long. So let's see. Aussie dollar. Yeah, so as we suspected on the weekly outlook, we had this this low right there that actually caused the break. But again, the market came in, reacted, came in, reacted, right? Came in, tries to react. And again, we failed to take out the high. So guess what happens? The market comes in and takes out the low. So we technically had a 4-hourly structure break. I think it happened, first thing on Monday, We had a structure break. And then, of course, it depends on how you look at structure, right? Is this your high, or like, is this your high? This really depends. In this situation, yeah, it's quite tricky. I mean, yeah, quite tricky. So let's not try to overthink too much, because even if we overthink and maybe say, maybe if this was a structure breakup, well, right now we're having a new break of structure down. Massive momentum again today. We have no news. I wonder what is happening. So we have a new hourly supply, and technically we have right now a new hourly lower high. So then, yeah, dropping onto the 50-minute. I mean, we had a very nicely trending Asian range, but then, yeah, the market kind of gave that little Frankfurt manipulation, and then we just started massively rolling to the downside. So I don't see any trades on Aussie right now. I don't see any trades right now. There was a long, I think, yesterday here. There was a long my team took somewhere yesterday. I'm not sure if it was here or if it was there, but there was a nice long yesterday. And yeah, right now we're just massively dropping. So again, this is the last structure break on the 50-minute. There's your last supply zone. So again, if you get a retest of this one, then you can definitely look for shorts. But looking at this massive momentum, not sure if it's going to pull back all the way up and give us a setup, or maybe just create a new range, break structure down, and then retest the new range. So that's how I look at the Aussie. This is the current situation. There are no trades because we're just in a push phase right now on the 50-minute. Hourly is bearish, 50-minute is bearish, so the bias is shorts. So let's see. And a short bias, yeah, we're kind of long on EU, short on AU, and short on Dixie. So yeah, kind of. But again, don't forget that the Aussie is not included in the Dixie. So let's not forget that. Let's check out AJ. Yeah, so there it is. 40 broke structure down. As I told you guys many times, especially in the last weekly outlook, we had a massive break. I tell you, don't wait for don't even wait for 50%. Usually it pulls back to 30%. This one, yeah, almost came to the 50, and right now it's just massively rolling. Well, we have a new structure break right now. There's our major high. There's our supply, and let's see what we can do on the 50-minute. Well, similar to the Aussie, it kind of, yeah, maybe you could have taken a short from here, but right now it's just massively dropping. That's the last break of structure right there, and that's your last supply. So again, two things could happen. Of course, we're bearish on the 4H, so taking shorts is the best bet you can take. We can either make a new range and then keep following it like this, or we can, of course, pull back towards this one, although I don't think so. I don't think so, because when you have like massive pushes like this, usually it doesn't pull back all the way up, because I mean, if you draw like a normal fib, right? So where is a normal fib? I mean, this is like all the way 78.6. And if the market actually crosses like 78.6 and getting towards like 100% pullback, most of the times it's just gonna reverse. So let's see, right? Let's see. This is definitely bearish bias. We just gotta wait for the short, which we do not have right now. It's just pushing down. Let's check out NZD USD. So two outcomes on this one, either like a continuation down or a pullback and then a drop. Yeah, we have the pullback. Yeah, so a slight bit of a thing that I just saw right there that kind of pisses me off is this little wick right there. So here again, you can be detailed, and you can say, yeah, so okay, is this a break or is it like a liquidity grab? Well, it definitely looks like a liquidity grab. I mean, it wicked it down. So then if I ask the question, okay, let's say this is a break, then what caused the break? Yeah, then you can say, yeah, and in this case, it's either going to be this or it's going to be this one. Man, this is tricky structure. Even sometimes I'm confused. And again, you can see as we broke, we immediately came back in. So we also have like a concept in the community. We call it the shit wick. And that's like a structure break like this that takes out the low and then takes out the high immediately, which is technically like indecision. So in this case, you can potentially ignore that little wick right there, but you can also consider it and say, okay, well, there is also demand within right there. But again, the market came into supply, rejected, and right now it's massively coming down. So I can say that shorts definitely look better than longs. But of course, I will be curious to see what's going to happen if the market comes in right there. Look at all these flat lows right there. That is a great liquidity point right there. So curious to see what's going to happen as we take out these lows. And yeah, this morning, I mean, you could have taken a short right there. Maybe not. I don't know, like a set and forget approach right there. And right now we're just massively rolling. It looks like we made just a very little break of structure right there. We have a little base supply. So if you want a trend follow, then that is your most recent range right now. And again, you can wait for a pullback and a continuation down. Not sure if you're going to get, yeah, you can definitely get a 1 minute entry right there, or even a set and forget approach. So let's see, right? Simple, bearish bias on NZD USD. As we start tapping inside this demand zone and maybe even taking this liquidity, we can then start expecting like a pullback. But is it going to be like a full-blown reversal, or is it going to be like something else? And of course, we got to flow with the market. So that's NU bearish, and I expect NJ to also be bearish. Yeah, this one is perfect. Oh, this one actually pulled back all the way towards the supply. But yeah, this is not the first break. So you can see that is the first break. The first break does not pull back much. That is the second break. That pulled back very nicely. Taps into supply, massive sell-off. Massive sell-off. And again, similar, you could have taken like a short from here, maybe stop loss above. And right now it just keeps rolling, similar to all the other pairs. We have that little tiny range. I don't like these such tiny ranges. It's technically, ooh, what did I do? It's technically kind of valid. All right, let's see if it pulls back. But what I would love to see is maybe like a deeper pullback and then a new 15-minute alignment. Because again, as the market pushes down for a little bit, it reaches like a point when it's extended and it's going to give us like a little bit of a sharp pullback, like something like this, right? Like pushes, then all of a sudden, boom, like a massive pullback, like a massive spike to the downside, and then it just continues to carry on. So we can have like a push, then a massive spike. And then if it aligns down again, we can continue following the trend. I see this happen a lot. So let's see. Bearish bias once again. Do we have any opportunity? Not really. Maybe this one right there, but it's not the cleanest. So again, I would wait for it, but definitely the bias is shorts. Let's check out UJ. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I mean, UJ plays out perfectly so far. So we actually came on to smash this as liquidity as well. And we started kind of chopping around right there. Let's see if we actually aligned bearish. Yes, we did. Oh man, look at that trade. So if somebody took that trade, we actually wigged the high, wigged the low, and there's a supply. Yeah, sweet. Wow, this one looks like a massive trade. I mean, yeah, 1630. That's for the New York traders. Just a line down, massively roll down. And again, you can see like this morning, what I just told you about NJ. Down. Then you have this like push up, down, like a push up, and then it starts rolling. Okay, you always have these short kind of pullbacks to grab liquidity to fuel the next move. So absolutely bearish on UJ, definitely looks bearish. Right now, it actually just created a trend change right there. What caused it? It's this, right? It's that. And yeah, I mean, we can be looking for some sort of a pullback right there and a setup. So that's UJ, definitely short on 4H. Also short on daily. Is it short on daily? Let me recap. No, it's not short on daily, but it's short on weekly. Yeah, but we don't look at weekly bias right now. Again, yeah, it's definitely short. So let's see. I mean, that's the setup. Let's see if we can get any shorts on UJ, supporting potentially all the other short biases on the JPY pairs. Yo, U-CAD expanding again. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, U-CAD broke structure, didn't know pullback at all, just keeps expanding. So we have a new structure break. So yeah, we just have to adapt, right? New structure break, new demand, and new major higher low formation. The market is right now in the push phase, so there is nothing you can do. Simple. Okay, there is that little tiny demand. We have this tiny demand and supply across all the pairs, but I don't like this. I don't like trading from such little zones. So I would prefer to cease for it to break. Again, pull back down, tap into demand, and then again potentially start seeing the upside. So U-CAD definitely looks bullish, which suggests bullish dollar. Could be that the dollar goes long. I mean, I don't know, right? We don't know. So again, let's just keep following. What I stopped doing is looking at the Dixie for confluence, because it always confuses me, right? You're like, okay, so EU is bearish, but Dixie is also bearish. So what's wrong, right? You can like build a little strategy around this, but I personally stopped doing this because I found myself thinking too much. GU, yeah, I mean, GU was tough because there doesn't look like to be like a valid lower high within right there. So technically the high is still here. We pull back all the way up with this massive bullishness. Well, similar to what we had on EU. We have all of this choppiness right there. It pushed all the way up, and right now it keeps rolling down. Well, in terms of higher time frames, GU is tricky. GU is tricky. And again, if you don't have the hard time frames, then of course the lower time frames are gonna potentially suffer or consolidate. So I'm not very clear on this one. I already forgot what I said on the weekly outlook because I don't trade GU. But yeah, it looks like a head and shoulders right there. Good old patterns. Looks like really perfect head and shoulders. Look at that. But again, let's not look at head and shoulders. Let's look at structure. But yeah, you could look at this in multiple ways. I am gonna say that I'm more bearish than I am bullish on it. And yeah, if you just see like yesterday, it took out the low, then it started providing longs. Today, trending down, and it's currently in a nice bearish trend. That's the last low. If you break below this low, you can of course trend follow. But again, keep in mind that it's already starting to get a bit lower, like having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can start having that retracement back up again. So GU does not look like very high probability to me right now. So I would suggest you focus like on AU, EU, maybe they look a bit better. GU is so far a little bit confusing for me. Let's check out GJ. Yeah, GJ bearish, it came on and took out the high. Okay, did not take it. Okay, why did I draw my structure like this? Yeah, this one held. Let's reanalyze. So we had a breakdown. Yeah, well, I mean, it's still technically, it really depends. I mean, some of you can take your structure from something like from here, right? If I'm extremely objective, so bearish, bullish, then so if I'm extremely objective, I would take it from here. Okay, I would take it from here, and that to me would be kind of a bullish break. But then what caused the break? It's all the way down there. So tricky. I mean, tricky structure. It didn't take out this high, which is what matters to me. So it looks like it's strong, or it could just be like a reaction in order for the market to take it. But seeing all the JPYs rolling down, then we can say, okay, that this one is also going to be bearish. It had that same protraction to the upside, broke down, pulled back, again breaking down right now. So there's the last range, lower high. Let's see if we can catch it. So bearish bias on GJ, but again, guys, I mean, the GBPs don't make much sense to me. I mean, the quality bias is definitely unclean, so I'm going to be careful trading the GBPs, but they are definitely more bearish than they are bullish. Gold is pulling back nicely above 50%. We actually came on and took out this high, but again, this high is not a valid lower high. It was just a supply, right? So we took it out. So right now we can start expecting the shorts potentially as we grab the liquidity above. And yes, we aligned bearish right there, but then we kind of aligned bullish right here, and then we wicked the high, and then we broke the low. Yeah, so I mean, the last range is here, but then right now we're just about to break another one. So yeah, I mean, if gold breaks below here, you can be looking to take something like this. I would personally love to trade from this one, but if we break below this, then we were gonna have a new lower high, which is gonna be right here. So I mean, in terms of a setup, you don't have something clean right now, but in terms of hard time frame bias, I do think we have a good situation for actually shorting gold, because it pulled back deep enough. It is giving us a 50-minute alignment right now, and I mean, the next target could be all the way down here. So let's see. I am becoming more short biased on gold. Let's see. I would be looking to short from a high probability supply and demand areas. This one right there that is forming, not very good. So even if we break below, you can look for a short from here, but be careful. This one is my favorite so far. You can even have an alert right there, because I started monitoring gold a little bit. So let's see. Gold, I'm short biased. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you're looking for. Indices, there was some nice trades on NASDAQ. We're starting to roll NASDAQ in the community as well. US30 and NASDAQ. NASDAQ and US30 work great with the Fanatic wave strategy. So we already have some backtests that actually works good. So we're going to be expanding our list of instruments, like apart from EU and AU, we don't trade GU. We're going to be trading US30 and NASDAQ as well. So yeah, I mean, it still kind of keeps taking out the highs and the lows. Like we took out the low, and then right now we took out the high. So which technically aligns it a little bit bullish, but look at the momentum coming in right now, right? So let's see, it's still technically bullish, tapping into major demand. Lots of bearish momentum right now happening. So there's the last structure break. I don't like it. So personally, I would not take this trade, because we're tapping into demand, and again, we are pretty kind of low into the range in order to keep shorting. But as I keep saying always, and keeping myself accountable, trade it until you're wrong, right? Keep following the 50-minute until you're wrong. So if you take a stop loss right there, well, you're wrong, then you start taking longs. Okay, so that's US30, not very clean. As I told you guys, indices, I'm kind of stepping a little bit aside from them because they're not entirely clear. But yeah, let's see. This is my setup right now. It looks short biased. No shorts so far. No trades from me on the indices so far this week. So looking to see how they're gonna go forward. And I mean Nasdaq as well. We have a couple of trades on Nasdaq that actually hit TP, but again, just looking at it, not good. I mean, if the 4-hourly time frame does not make sense for me, I'm immediately kind of not trading it. But yesterday, where is the trade? I think there was some sort of a trade yesterday, maybe this long right there, or maybe there was a long right here on a 30-minute zone. I don't recall. But again, right now with that, we were having a very big risk off right now, like dollar pushing and everything else is dropping this morning, and we don't have any news. So quite curious why this is happening. But what you have to know is that Nasdaq was trading within this range, PG, and just right now it's about to actually break it. So if we break it, we have to ask the question, okay, what actually caused the break? And potentially it's going to be this shitty range right there. And then what I would expect happening is maybe this one not holding, pushing up, and then aligning down again. But of course you can look for a short from here, or if you go wrong, maybe look for a long, and then if you get short from here, then go short, because again, overall we are short bias on Nasdaq. So let's see how it's going to work out. S&P, we haven't done testing on S&P yet, so we're definitely going to do so. But this again is very choppy still. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about it because we're not trading it. And yeah, crypto, let's just have a look on the daily. What's happening? Yeah, chopping around, actually going even lower. So yes, I mean, today I have an overall feeling that Dixie can actually go short, right? But I also have a feeling that it can come in and seek out these highs as we forecasted early this week. So let's see. And again, it's very important to flow with the markets. No trades so far. I mean, EU no trades. Yeah, there was beautiful trade right there, but I didn't take it. And some of my community members had a break even on it, rushing to go break even. Currently looking for a new range to form to hopefully take a short until the 50%. Aussie dollar as well is very bearish right now. NU it's bearish as well. Gold is bearish as well. So yeah, we can see we just have bullish dollar and everything else is bearish right now. So let's see how it's gonna go. Guys, let me know, did you take any trades already? How is your week going on so far? Let me know what is your favorite setup going forward. And yes, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Nice, clean, simple. Hopefully it didn't make it too long. Wishing you a successful week ahead, and I look forward to talking to you in my next video, which is probably not gonna be soon because I'm really hard working on my thesis graduation right now. So talk to you soon, guys. Take care, and if you ever need any help, you know where to find me.